Welcome to ScaleUp Radio Shorts, the bite-sized show where we dive deeper into the themes and lessons from our main podcast episodes.
I'm Granger Forson, here with Kevin Brent. This episode is brought to you by Smart90, the growth program designed to help you build a more valuable and scalable business using a proven framework.
A very valuable framework at that. Today, Granger, I thought we could look back at two recent interviews that really stuck with me. On the surface, they're both successful entrepreneurs, but their journeys and philosophies couldn't be more different. I'm talking about Andy Weston and Matias Carpio.
An excellent choice. I was thinking about this myself the other day. It's like comparing a master craftsman with a theoretical physicist. Both are geniuses in their own right, but their methods are worlds apart. It really highlights that there's no single right way to build and scale a business.
Precisely. So for our listeners, we're going to unpack their stories, compare their approaches, and pull out some of the key lessons that we can all learn from. And if you haven't heard the full episodes on the main ScaleUp Radio podcast yet, then this should be the perfect appetizer.
So let's set the scene. First, you have Andy Weston. When I think of our chat with him, the words that come to mind are grounded, pragmatic, and engineer. He's a man who has clearly learned his lessons in the unforgiving arena of real-world business.
Completely agree. He runs AW Solutions, a successful engineering consultancy, and also SAM Boards, which is a fascinating venture creating products for the neurodiverse community. That second business really speaks to his empathetic side, which I think is a core part of his character. He's not just solving technical problems, he's solving human ones.
That's a great point. And then in the other corner, you have Matias Carpio of Onlyscience. And he walked into the interview with the mindset of a scientist because, well, that's what he was. He came from academia, a world of research, data, and peer review.
And he took that analytical, evidence-based approach and applied it to entrepreneurship. He left a secure career because he had a vision he couldn't ignore. It's that transition that's so interesting from the theoretical to the applied, bringing all the rigor of his old world into his new one. So
two very different starting blocks, one forged in the fires of industry, the other in the halls of academia. That fundamental difference informs everything else they do.
And it certainly informs how they approach challenges. Both are incredibly resilient, but the nature of their resilience is different. What did you make of the source of their respective strengths, Granger?
Well, with Andy, it feels like his resilience is battle-hardened. He told us about the failed management buyout, the market collapses, the pandemic. These are huge external shocks. His resilience is about adapting, surviving, and pushing through. It's a pragmatic strength born of necessity.
It's the resilience of a ship captain who has weathered countless storms. He knows how to patch the holes and keep sailing. He doesn't panic because he's seen worse before. It's a quiet confidence that comes from experience.
Exactly. Whereas Matias's resilience strikes me as more of an internal conviction. His biggest battle was the initial leap of faith. Leaving that structured, secure academic world for the complete uncertainty of a startup, that takes a different kind of courage. It's the resilience of profound self-belief.
And he had to face that period of isolation that so many founders know, bootstrapping the company alone. His resilience was about protecting his vision when no one else could see it yet. It's a mental fortitude, a determination to prove a hypothesis.
That difference in mindset is crystal clear when you look at how they develop their products. I was fascinated by Andy's story of creating SAM boards. It was so hands-on, so tangible.
Yes, working directly with his son, building physical prototypes, feeling the materials, seeing the user interaction firsthand. It's a product born from lived experience and empathy. You can't get that from a spreadsheet. It ensures the end product is not just functional, but truly fit for purpose in a very human way.
It's a beautiful example of user-centric design in its purest form. Matias is also user-centric, but his lab is digital. He's building a software platform, Onlyscience, and his development process is about data, iteration, and community feedback loops.
Right. He can deploy a new feature to a segment of users, measure the engagement, and make decisions based on quantitative data. It's a highly scalable model of development. It's less about a single perfect prototype and more about a constantly evolving organism that adapts to user needs in real time.
So one is about perfecting a physical solution through deep personal insight, and the other is about optimizing a digital solution through broad data-driven insight, both incredibly effective.
And this carries right through to their sales and growth strategies. Andy, coming from a traditional industry, built his success on relationships and reputation. His network is his primary engine for growth.
Absolutely. It's a model built on years of trust. People work with him because they know him and they know the quality of his work. The potential challenge there, of course, is that it can be difficult to scale beyond your personal network. It relies heavily on the founder.
Very valid point. It's a solid foundation, but scaling it required a different strategy. Now, Matias is the polar opposite. He's building a modern SaaS business, so his approach is all about creating a scalable, repeatable sales machine.
He's thinking about customer acquisition cost, lifetime value, conversion funnels. It's a numbers game. The goal is to build a system that can generate leads and convert them into customers with predictable results, independent of any one individual. The potential pitfall there is that it can be capital intensive to get that machine started.
Two sides of the same coin, really. Andy's model is capital efficient, but potentially harder to scale rapidly. Matias's model is built for scale, but might require more upfront investment in marketing and systems. It highlights how your business model dictates your growth strategy.
Now, despite those differences, one thing they absolutely have in common is sharp financial acumen. I have to bring up Andy's quote again because it's just perfect. Profit is sanity.
It's a mantra every business owner should have on their wall. For Andy, that philosophy means making pragmatic decisions every day. It's not about growth at all costs. It's about sustainable, healthy growth. It means saying no to things that might look good on paper but don't make financial sense.
And Matias, by choosing to bootstrap his company, lived a different version of that mantra. For him, every penny counted because it was his own. Bootstrapping forces a culture of extreme resourcefulness and a ruthless focus on what truly adds value. There's no room for vanity projects.
That's right. It builds incredible financial discipline into the DNA of the company from day one. So whether it's Andy's experience, pragmatism, or Matias's bootstrapping necessity, the core lesson is identical. A deep, intimate understanding and control of your finances is non-negotiable for long-term success.
Finally, let's talk about the people themselves. Their approaches to personal development are, unsurprisingly, a mirror of their business styles. Andy struck me as a practical, experiential learner.
Without a doubt, he learns by doing, by talking to his peers, by solving the problem in front of him. His support system is his network of trusted colleagues and friends who have been in the trenches with him. It's wisdom gained through shared experience.
And Matias is the analytical learner. He's reflective, he reads, he tracks his own habits and performance like he's a research subject. He's actively designing his own self-improvement, looking for incremental gains. It's a very structured, conscious process.
It's fascinating, isn't it? But what's key is that both of them, despite their different methods, actively pursue learning and rely on support systems. No one succeeds in a vacuum. It proves that whether you learn best by doing or by studying, the commitment to growth is what matters.
What a great discussion, Kevin. For me, the biggest takeaway from comparing Andy and Matias is that entrepreneurship is not a one-size-fits-all jacket. It's about finding your own style, understanding your innate strengths, and building a business that amplifies them.
I couldn't have said it better, and we really have only given a snapshot today. Their full conversations on the main ScaleUp Radio podcast are packed with so many more details, stories, and actionable insights.
So we highly encourage you to go and find them. You can listen to the full interviews by searching for ScaleUp Radio wherever you like to listen to your podcasts. And please do make sure you click follow or subscribe to make sure you get notified of future discussions. They are well worth your time.
And of course, a huge thank you to our sponsor. You can find out more about how Smart 90 and the framework can help your businesses by visiting smart90.co.uk. Thanks again for tuning in to ScaleUp Radio Shorts.